we would get down with somebody I know. I guess that's just how it goes when you break up in a small town. I see how
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So in this video we are doing the last part to the old house, right? Yes, I was trying to get out on my own. So, alright. Okay, so we left off where the mom was like, well, the mom saw the dad in the basement, the dad was in the basement and Sarah found him in the basement of the old house. So then the mom came over and was like, oh my god, it is Dad. And then Sarah wanted an explanation of it. So now she's on why Alice did it. So this is her explanation right now. Okay, I don't understand. Start at the beginning. You knew about the embezzlement and you just let him do it? That's illegal. I suspected it, but I didn't really know it. And by the time I did, it was too late. Besides, the money bought us such nice things. Cars, clothes, vacations, your private school tuition, our new bigger house. But I wanted to go to public school. And I wanted to stay in this house. Honey, please, there's no going back and changing the past. At least that's what I told myself about 2 years ago when I found about everything. The embezzling, the affair, it had been going on for almost 20 years before that. That's horrible. I know. He's a horrible man. But there's been one good thing about him. He's been a good father to you. That's true. He loves you, Sarah. We have to remember that's why you did it. Seeing him now. I know, Mom, I know. He's always made me feel loved. He always sang that lullaby he wrote for me, even when I was older. And I know it's dumb, but I always liked it. It made me feel loved. You are. His love for you is real, Sarah. It's just the rest of his life that is a fraud. Oh, Mom, I can't bear it. Look at him. For all he's done, he didn't deserve. She looks over at the blind man in chains, lying unconscious on the floor. Dad. Mom, why would Alice do this to him? I'm not exactly sure, but it has to be her. She's evil. The day after your father disappeared, I got a phone call from her. And I have to go do it again. Okay, I'll see you guys when I do it. She said, if you know what's best for and your... Wait. I think that's supposed to mean, she said, if you know what's best for you and your daughter. I think so. Alright. She said, if you knew what's best for you and your daughter, tell the authorities your husband drowned. Then she said, he's moving away with me and we don't want anything to do with your family. I knew he didn't really drown. I knew it. Deep in my bones. Sarah, she said she would tell the police all about your father's crimes. But worst of all, she said she would... God dang it, ads. She would come after you and kill you if I said anything. Crazy. So I kept quiet. But I would have told the police if I had known this would happen. I swear. But why wouldn't she do this to him if she was running away with him? And why here? I don't know. Maybe he met someone else, a newer version. She's getting old after all. Maybe she thought if she couldn't have him, no one could. I'm out of breath. Alright. Oh, that's terrible. Sarah, can you forgive me? I don't know, Mom. If you had just told the police in the first place, this would never have happened. I was so afraid she would do something to you. I mean, look what she's capable of. Oh, poor Dad. Sarah kneels over her blind father and strokes his hair. He stirs at her touch. Then he starts humming. It's a lullaby Sarah knows so well. Oh, Dad, you're going to be okay. The ambulance is coming. Suddenly, Sarah sees something on the floor. Look, his phone just fell out of his pocket. Maybe it will help us track down Alice. Just as she picks up the phone, they hear the front door bang open. We're down in the basement. 2 paramedics rush downstairs with a stretcher. They look at the man on the floor in shock. What happened? We think a woman named Alice Smith did this. They told us a man was unconscious at this address. We didn't know a crime was involved. We need to call the police. Please, just make sure he's okay first. The 2 paramedics administer fluids to Sarah's dad. Then, using sterilized tools, they removed the wire that had been holding his lips shut. They bandaged his bleeding lips with gauze and carefully placed him onto the stretcher. I'm calling the police. You need to stay here and talk to them. He dials 911 and explains what happened. What do you mean they can't come right now? This needs to be a first priority. Sarah's dad grunts and lifts his head. Then he speaks hoarsely. Find her. Then he passes out again. Apparently there's been a big shooting at the mall, and the entire police force is there. Keep calling and demand that they send someone here as soon as possible, because whoever did this is sick and needs to be caught immediately. We will. And then we'll come to the hospital. Do you think he'll be okay? Well, he's going to be blind for the rest of his life, but it looks like he'll probably recover. He's lucky considering what was done to him. Oh, that's a relief. The paramedics leave with Sarah's dad. After they leave, Sarah digs out her charger and plugs in her dad's phone. What are you doing, Sarah? I'm going to see if I can find Alice's number in his contacts. I'm not going to let her get away with this. Don't call her, then she'll know. I won't, but at least let me find her number. I'll give it to the police when they get here. As Sarah goes through her father's contact list, the phone starts ringing. Alright, I'm gonna go change the time again. See ya. Alright, so apparently we are at part 3 of this, so let's go. Okay, is Alice calling Dad's phone? Don't answer it. But why would she call him if she knows he's in chains? That doesn't make sense. Hello? Who is this? Where is Will? Why do you have his phone? This is Sarah, Will's daughter. Sarah? I know all about you. Are you with Will? Let me talk to him. I haven't been able to reach him. Where are you? I'm in Paris. He was supposed to meet me here 2 weeks ago, but he never showed up. Is he dead? No, but he's had his eyes gouged out, and he's blind now. He was chained to the floor of the basement and in our old house. Oh my God, my love, Will. Did you do that to him? No, I told you. I'm in Paris. Do you know who did this? Do you know anyone who could do something like this? There's a long pause. Well, do you? William and I, we had a daughter. What? We had a daughter. I have a half-sister? What? Yes. Her name is Joyce, and she's 18 years old. But I never told Will about her. Why not? I guess I felt guilty. I loved your father, but I never wanted to break up his family. She's the same age as me? Yes, I had her just around the time you were born, Sarah. And I didn't want to complicate his life. But it probably wasn't the right choice. Joyce always felt neglected growing up without a father. She wasn't like other children. She was darker, disturbed. I tried to have her committed, but even the insane asylum wouldn't take her. Wow, I can't believe this is the first I'm hearing about her. I did my best to keep her a secret from most people, and yet Joyce knew about your father and about you. I don't know how, but she did. But why didn't you tell us? We could have met. I never wanted to be an only child. No, you wouldn't want to meet her. She's dangerous. Well, I wish you'd given your daughter the choice. It should have been Joyce's decision. Sarah's mom looks urgently at her daughter. Wait, Joyce? Will had a daughter named Joyce? Joyce Smith? That's who? That's the name of the woman who bought this house. Smith. It's such a common name. I never thought. Sarah is so shocked that she drops the phone. They can barely hear Alice continuing to speak. Sarah? Sarah, answer me. You could be in danger. Suddenly, Sarah and her mom hear the floorboards creaking above them. They hear footsteps descending the basement stairs. Then a young woman with matted hair, wearing a torn flannel nightgown, stands before them, and she's holding a knife. I am Joyce Smith. What are you doing in my house? My God, your voice. You sound just like your mother. It was you who called me and threatened to kill Sarah if I didn't do what you said. Oh, come on, I gotta do it again. Okay, I'll see you when I do it again, jeez. It was you who told me to tell the police that Will had drowned. Joyce cackles with glee. Yes, it was me. I do a good impression of my mother, don't I? But why? Joyce looks over at Sarah, her right hand still holding the knife. I never got to spend any time with our father, unlike you. You got to have him for 18 years, and I'd have enough. I figured it was my turn. She waves the knife at Sarah. It was my turn to have your life. But I would have shared him with you. I always wanted a sibling. We could have done things with him together. No, I needed him all to myself, so I bought this house. You see, embezzling runs in this family. I stole the money from him. Isn't that brilliant? Joyce lets out another cackle as she beams with pride. Then one night, I came to his office and told him who I was. That's when he found out about you. Yes, and he was surprised to say the least. But he knew it was true. He saw the resemblance to my mother and to him. I got him to come into my car. I said we could have dinner and make up for lost time. But then I knocked him out with chloroform and took him here instead. To our old house. No, to my house. Now it's all mine, you stupid greedy girl. I put a blindfold around Daddy's eyes. When he came to, I let him down here by putting a knife into his neck. Well, not to his neck. Oh, poor Dad. I knocked him out, chained him to the floor, and then I wired his mouth shut. That way I wouldn't have to hear him talk about you. And when I took off his blindfold, please don't tell me about that. All right, we're sisters, so I'll be nice. I'll spare you with the gory details. And I was compassionate. I did it all while he was unconscious. Why? Why did you have to blind him? I wanted to create a whole new reality for him with me. It wasn't about this place where he lived with you. It was about a place controlled by me, all about me. A new perfect life with him and me right here, where he used to live with you. I would replace you in his life totally. And I thought that would make me happy. There is a long pause as Joyce stares off into the distance. Then she speaks in a sing-song voice. But it didn't. What is that supposed to mean? Well, it wasn't really him I was mad at. It was her. She points at Sarah. Precious Sarah, taking up all his time. Precious Sarah, the light of his life. Now I've come to realize that the only way I can really be happy is if I'm the only daughter. Joyce moves closer to Sarah with the knife, but suddenly she is distracted by the sounds of sirens and stomping feet. The police have finally arrived. Sarah's mom darts over to Joyce and bumps the knife out of her hand. It flies inches from Sarah's head and clatters to the floor. Joyce comes barreling toward the weapon and her sister. Joyce, no, please. Don't do this to me. We can be sisters. No, there can only be one daughter. Joyce's fingers are inches away when her body jerks back into the strong arms of a policeman. He pins both of her hands back behind her back. Joyce Smith, you're under arrest for the attempted murder of Sarah Fine. You have the right to remain silent. I have to do it again. You know what? One more time, okay? And as the policeman carts off with Joyce, Sarah and her mother cling to each other, sobbing, and never let go. Woo! Alright, that was actually crazy. That's what I'm going to say. I didn't expect that to happen. I thought it would just be I thought Sarah was going to die, honestly. But, alright. I think this has been a long enough episode. So I'm going to leave this episode here. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share, turn on post notifications so you get all my videos that you was uploaded. And follow me on Instagram at Keaton Altars. I'll link in the description, bio, whatever you want to call it. And yes, I will see you in the next video. Hope you have a great day. And I will see you in the next... I already said that. Bye!